$858,834. That is how much money the Nerd But French Hotel has right now, and we are making a ton of money every single day. It is currently day 44 at our Parisian hotel, and we are pretty much done with this place. We finished everything we had to do here in the last episode, but as has become a tradition, there have been some slight changes to this hotel between this episode and the last. So I want to run you through what they are, and then we're moving on. So one of the smaller changes is to the entrance. I decided to move the door back a little bit. I did the same with this space up here, which impacted these bathrooms, but I just think that little bit of a cutaway in the face of the building looks a lot more interesting. And yes, that brings us up to the new top floor of the building, which has a bunch of new bedrooms. It has what I'm calling sort of an entertainment sunbather kind of room. It has another spa, but most importantly, it has a very slight different color scheme. I say very slight as though it's not similar at all. Down here, we've been going with these sort of warm red tones the entire way through the hotel. These were the default colors for most of these rooms, of course. And then up here, I don't know why I decided to go for yellow, but that sort of yellowy cream color with the dark wood floor and the dark doors, it just almost feels more kind of royal than these rooms down here. These rooms now feel kind of like a cliche, where these feel very, very fancy, despite the fact that I don't think any upper crust guests actually come up here because the rooms aren't big enough and they're not valuable enough. But that's okay. The reason I really wanted to come up to this floor and build this was because I wanted to get sunbathers in here. Now, that's not to say that we have sunbathers that come to the hotel, but we have got the possibility to have sunbathers in here, and that's what's important. That's what I wanted. And thankfully, all of that comes together to give us what I think is possibly my best hotel so far. I really like how this one has turned out. I love the changes that have been made to the place since we got started with it. I'm a really, really big fan of this hotel, and I might end up coming back to it at some point to do a little bit more renovation and a little bit more decoration, because I really love the color scheme in these bedrooms. I think it looks fantastic. It's so much brighter looking, and so I think that might be good to bring down into the rest of these rooms. But let's be honest, we don't need to do that today. We almost have $1 million here. What we need to do today is, honestly, move on to the next hotel. And so here we are. This is going to be the Saint Nerd Hotel, because of course it is, nestled in the heart of the Austrian Alps. This snowy hotspot is famous for two things: world-class skiing and wild after-ski parties. To keep up with demand, you'll need a solid ski rental service and a high-capacity bar that can keep the drinks flowing. And don't forget a dance floor to attract brats eager to show off their new moves. After a cold day in the slopes, guests will appreciate a relaxing sauna, so make sure to build one. And don't forget to keep the hotel warm and cozy with plenty of radiators or fireplaces. Do you got what it takes to become a hotel legend in St. Anton? The game's called, there was a perfect opportunity to drop the title of the game, right? To become a hotel architect in St. That's a really good opportunity to drop the title, but yes, I got what it takes. And apparently I've also got a bunch of new rewards. We have radiators, a dance floor. That's gonna be fun. We have a bunch of sauna stuff. We have wood paneling. We have snow. Don't mind if I do. Look at that. You have a bunch of new items available. I'm sure some of them will come in handy very soon. Now you're going to leave me with the objectives. So we need to earn 5,000 through ski rentals. We need to have guests complete 10 sauna visits, serve 5 bar drinks within 2 hours, and get 10 brats to complete dance moves on a dance floor. What are we looking at in here? So we have a gym, which is in an interesting spot. That's not so bad. I don't mind having a gym up here. We have some hallways, quite a lot of space for the hallways, like a really weird little corner over here we could do something with. I am noticing they're using much slimmer hallways that I've used before myself, and honestly, I'm okay with that. I don't mind that. We have a nice restaurant over here, which could probably get another table or two in there, but I don't mind this either. It's good that that's a thing. This little corner is a little bit weird, but I don't hate that. Moving downstairs, we should have 4 more rooms. We absolutely do. We have this guy, we have this guy, this guy, and this guy. And then we have our laundry room and our staff room, which is a lovely little combo of rooms right there. I really, really like this place. I really, really like the style of it. What I also really like the idea of doing is getting rid of one of you two. So who's going away? You are an extrovert and what was that? Positive? You're a key expert. So unfortunately, Greta Greeter, which feels, what does that remind? Rita Skeeter. That was not her accent, but that one from Harry Potter. Rita Skeeter. Greta Greeter. Anyway. Get out of here, Greta. We're hiring me. It's gonna get me in here. There we go. All right. Okay. So ski rentals. How does that work and how do we do it? So a sauna is a thing. A conference room is a thing. A bar is a thing. So we need a bar and we need a sauna. We don't have a casino yet, but ski rental, like how is that a thing? Like how do we does it just go anywhere? Can it just go in reception and sort of be a thing? So we have a ski stand right here. We have a bigger ski stand right here. I want to say we just put this in reception. It just feels like the right place for it. Like we could get rid of this little stand right here could go away and we put skis in the middle. So let me call in a small construction team and let me move skis to here. Now I hope you guys aren't stuck back there. I'm gonna be really annoyed if you are. Hopefully you're not, because that would be, oh, there we go. All right, so you're heading out with some skis. That's great. I don't know how much we make for that. We got 250. Okay. All right, so we're now doing that. We're now doing ski rental. That's totally fine. Okay, problem solved. We'll have that objective done in no time at all. So I guess right away, I want to get a sauna in here. So I think what we'll do is try just building a little something. I don't know what size a sauna needs to be. So we're going to start small because we don't have a ton of money. I think what we can do is, I'm just going to say this entire room is a sauna for now. We are going to have to build up. We can go another floor here. No, this is actually as high. No, I think this is as high as we can go. Yeah. So we can build one more floor above what we're doing. So we can definitely get more rooms in here. But for now, I think this can just be a little sauna and that's going to be totally fine. So the door on this guy is possibly going to be this light one. I don't mind that. What door have we used down here? We've used the dark one everywhere else. I guess we'll stick with that and we'll just do the door here. We cannot actually zone that right now. So let me just get rid of the construction crew, bring in the bigger crew. We'll go ahead and get some materials into the gym just so life is a little bit easier on that particular front. And I guess we should do, well, do we want to do a window on the sauna? Does that make sense? I really don't know. We'll do 2 windows on this side of the sauna. I've got no idea if that makes any sense whatsoever, but it's what we're doing. And then inside the sauna, I do like this dark wood. I think that's pretty cool. So I think that's what we're going to go for. And then, well, actually, no, I feel like it should be a lighter wood. Now that I think about it, it should be that. It should definitely be a lighter wood. And then the floor can also be definitely not sand, but also just sort of a light, just a nice light wood. And now we just need to figure out what goes in here, which is the sauna heater and bench. We can get the corner ones as well. Don't mind if I do. Those are going to look so good in here. We'll do the benches a little something like this. And then we can do, oh, I like it. Oh, I do like it. I like it a lot. Do I want to do multiple sauna heaters in here? I don't know that we need them. I do really enjoy the idea of just this one big heater or 2 of them. We can do 2, I guess, and then maybe just a bunch of benches across that wall. That seems kind of cool. In fact, we can probably put a corner bench just down there as well and bring some benches around like this. We can do 1 more bench right there. Do I want to put a corner bench in there just to sort of round it out? I think I kind of do. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. We're not going to bother with decorations in there because I don't really know that it matters. What matters is that people use it. and that it exists. So that's now technically 2 objectives that we can deal with. We can have people go to the sauna. We can have people rent skis. We need a bar, and we need to serve 5 bar drinks within 2 hours. Now, to do that, the more people we have, the better. That's basically how that's going to go. The more people there are in the hotel, the more likely we are to serve a bunch of drinks. And then to get 10 brats to complete dance moves on a dance floor is going to need us to be able to attract brats, which requires premium everything, and it requires 4 stars as well as a higher room value. Now, thankfully, these rooms are a good size for brats. These ones down here are also a good size for brats, so we just need the upgrades and we should be okay. You know, I've just noticed that these windows are backwards. I've also noticed that we have some guests in the sauna, which is great, but the windows being backwards is really odd. We'll go ahead and just sort of fix that is what we're gonna do, because I want them to be obviously the right way around. We can also get rid of the construction crew, which is totally fine. We have currently earned 1,250 from ski rentals. We've had 2 people go to the sauna. I love that that's a thing. I love that ski rentals have wound up being so easy. It's basically where I'm at with it. It's kind of easy to get the ski rentals. Now, we do have some upgrade points in here. So what do I want to go in and just spend them on is the real question. I want to say air conditioning is probably not a bad idea. Getting that sooner than later is probably good. Increasing my credit limit is also probably good. We haven't spent that much money, but I do think it's probably worthwhile just getting some air conditioning in here and making sure I can get more money if and when I need it. We'll also bring in a small construction team to do all the stuff I want to do here, because I would like to put an air conditioning unit up on that wall and on that wall, because that's going to mean that the room is should be increasing in temperature. It should be maintaining a nice temperature, right? Yeah. Okay. So that's fine. The air conditioning units are going to do what I need them to do. That's perfect. I would like to copy this thing over in front of the air conditioning unit, and I'm going to move this one back to there. I know it doesn't make sense that guests are going to be going back there, but it's all right. It gives us more options for ski rentals, and that's kind of what I'm looking for. Okay, so now I want to start figuring out what we're going to do with a bar for this hotel. I'm kind of looking at this space here, and I'm thinking I could do something cool with it, because as it stands right now, we can actually build over this gap. It's only 2 tiles wide, so we can totally do that. I don't know that I want to do that, because I like this area being open down here, but I feel like I can use this space in a really good way, and I do feel like this would be a good area for a bar. I don't know if it's going to be big enough for the type of bar that this hotel demands, but we're going to find out together is what we're going to do. So all of these little entertainment things, we're going to just move them over, and they're going to live right there. This maintenance room is going to be slightly tricky, because what if we move it down here? What if we move it? Yeah, all the way down this way. This is exactly where that maintenance room is going to go. Just get it out of the way and into that corner is what we can do. We can take out these curtains as well, because we don't really need them. And I suppose what we do is just put a wall across here. That's exactly what we do. So we'll go in, get ourselves a wall, put it right here. And I'm going to have to move some of this carpet around as well, which is totally fine. We'll manage. So any good maintenance room is going to need a supply stand, which is going to live down there. It is going to need a tool board, which is going to live right there. We can do a tool cabinet that goes here, and we can do a workbench. I don't even know if we need a workbench. I really get no idea. We'll do one there, I suppose. The other thing I'd like to do is move these dumpsters into this space, because we can get them away from the restaurant. And then that basically gives us everything we would need for this room. We'll put a nice radiator right there. That'll be totally fine. We can make sure that the floor in there is the same, which it absolutely is. All we got to do is make sure this wall is sorted out, and that this wall in here is also sorted out. So that is going to be our new maintenance room, which means this one can be deleted, and basically we can go ahead and turn that entire space into a bar. which is the plan. So we'll get ourselves some inner walls. We're going to do this, I suppose. And then I guess we're going to do some foundations in here. I don't love doing that. I don't love that we're getting rid of the little opening in the building, but I just think it's going to be better for us. I think it's the right thing to do. I'm not 100% sure, but I think it's a good place for a bar. It's next to the restaurant as well, so it's going to be good. All right, so this is the space that we're looking at for the bar. But what I would like to do before we go all in on the bar is make this restaurant just a little bit brighter, because we just got done with a hotel that was full of this red wallpaper. I want something different in here. Now, I have put a wall in here that has a door on it just to sort of close things off a little bit. I think that's the right thing to do for the restaurant, especially with the bar next door. But I want to come up with something that's going to look great on the walls of this place. And I'm noticing that the tables are white and yellow. So, I mean, that's probably not the option right there. That's maybe a little bit much. I wouldn't be against that as like a feature though, to be totally honest. So I'm going to set myself the challenge of using that wallpaper as like a feature. And then obviously like we have this, which is really nice and bright. Oh, we have a fireplace as well, which we got for the sauna visit. Okay. To complete the ski rental objective, you need at least one ski stand on the property. Make sure to place it in a common area, either indoors or outdoors. We're getting there. We're definitely getting there with that one. It's not going to be too long before we manage to pull that off. Now looking in here, we have this guy, which might be, oh, is that too much? Is that too much? I want to say it kind of is. I think it's just a little noisy. This one I think is a lot more subtle. Now this wallpaper, I'm pretty sure was the wallpaper in the hallways in the last hotel, but honestly, that's okay. It's not the end of the world. We can also go for something like that maybe, or maybe a dark. I think we can get away with a nice dark wood floor in here because we got the nice light walls. So let's do this since it matches the chairs. And I think that's going to look really nice. I hope that's going to look really nice. Oh, wow. We're also a 3-star hotel already. We got the sign, which is great. Staff experience sucks, but that's all right. Sleep quality will get better. Toilets will get better. Everything's going to get better. We need a bar for 4 stars. We need a spa for 5 stars. I don't even care about 5 stars on this one. We don't need it. What we can do is throw a material site there and there so that my construction workers can build all this out a little bit quicker. And honestly, I'm tempted to have the bar have the same color scheme as the restaurant, at least for now. Well, actually, no, maybe not. The bar can have a nice dark wood floor, but then the walls are going to be, if we've done yellow in the restaurant, maybe blue in the bar. Oh, we've unlocked schnitzel because we serve 10 meals in the restaurant. Don't mind if I do. Now, well, how does this look? Is this passable? I don't know. I don't know that it is. It doesn't look like the type of room that would be used for a bar. Although this is more of like a little, this is kind of a retreat. It is a ski resort and it does look it looks a little rustic. I love it, but it does look a little rustic. So maybe this is okay. I think this is okay. How are we going to be doing for size on this? We're going to be, we might be a little asymmetrical on this. I'm not 100% sure I'm not convinced I can fit a dance floor in here. I'm not sure that's going to happen, but I am going to try is what I'm going to do. So let's do the register here and that'll be all right. We are going to probably want a bar tab. In fact, we need to look at the menu first. So who do we attract to this hotel? We have sporties pretty much exclusively. So that's actually okay. I can deal with that because they don't really want much. I would say backpackers and sporties can be catered to. And I would say exclusively, that's sunbathers, that's brats, that's sporties. There we go. So we're going to need some fridges. We're going to need some glass shelves as well, which is totally fine. We need this guy, which again, totally fine. We need this, again, totally fine. And we need a fridge, which is going to live, I want to say there and there. And you know what? I want to do another glass shelf right there. And I'm going to do the drink shelf just because we will probably need it eventually. This doesn't look too bad. The dance floor. Oh, wow. It fits in there so well. It's also bright. It's what, pink and blue? Oh man, that's a color scheme. We'll get some chairs either side of the dance floor. And I want some decorations in here as well. That's really important to me. Can I get like a rug under the dance? I don't want to put it under it. I think that's a little silly. We could do the hotel sign, the St. Nerd Hotel. That could live, you know what? That can go out of here. It can go right. Oh, it can't go in the middle. Oh, this is great. This is great. Oh my God, I love it. Yeah, this does not look like, it's a weird looking bar. It's a really weird looking bar. I don't know. I did put the fish up here. The singing cod is on the wall. He's having a great time. I kind of want to put the singing cod over the, I want to put it there. That seems like the best place for him. I'm also tempted to change out this door for like a big double door. I think that would be better. So let's very quickly do that. Let's get that door out of there. Let's now get a nice double door on this. We'll go for this one, so people can't look into the bar. That might be a little much, but this is good. We've got a bartender. We got people using it. They're not brats, which is admittedly slightly problematic, but we have served 3 out of 5 drinks within 2 hours. So if we can keep that up tomorrow, we're going to be totally fine. We're halfway there with this new bar. I'm also thinking, I think we need more feature walls. I think, I think this bar needs, I almost want to say it should be quite dark. Not that dark on the walls, but like maybe a dark sort of wood or something like that would be quite good. Or like a stone would be kind of cool. I don't think stone fits the vibe though, because this place is definitely, maybe, what is this? Like a dark, maybe we just bring the dark wood through here that we have everywhere else. That might be the call. Bring this kind of thing down here into the bar. That's like a feature wall right there and a feature wall right there. And then we'll have the lighter walls on either side. So something kind of like that. I don't know if that's going to work, but we're going to do our best. I think it brings everything together at least. And I think this thing being against a dark wall makes sense as well. Oh no, hold on a second. We might be about to serve 5 drinks within 2 hours, assuming you're quick enough to serve this last drink, which it looks like you absolutely are. Okay, we have a keg now. That's us halfway there. We are also just needing $1,500 from ski rentals, which, I mean, those are the easy objectives. Getting brats in here. I mean, admittedly, it's not going to be super hard. We just need, what is it, premium bedding, premium toilets, and then premium bathing. So unfortunately for brats to come in here, they are going to want, yeah, a bit more room value. That's easy. The premium body wash is going to have to wait, but what we can at least do is go in here and start upgrading some parts on these or in these rooms just a little bit to be a little bit more premium. I don't love those bedside tables. They are awful. Those are going. We're not upgrading those. We're gonna bring in a construction crew. Probably shouldn't interrupt this person too much with with some room upgrades. That's probably not the best idea. I will upgrade the mirrors though. I didn't realize I could. I always forget I can do that. And I suppose while we're on the topic of upgrading things, we should maybe go ahead and dry laundry a little bit faster because we still have these drying racks in here. So we'll get those upgraded just a little bit. And I'm pretty sure, yeah, the critic, that's not critic. That's a, are you a critic? No, you're sporty. Okay, where's the critic? The critic's right here. I don't know. I think they've just checked in as well. So that's fine. I'm not expecting to get 4 stars anytime soon, but we're doing the work. At the very least, once this critic goes, we'll have some research points. We can go ahead and upgrade the bedding in all the rooms. And I think what I'd also like to do very quickly is call in the big construction crew. And I'm gonna stay paused for a second because I kind of want to go around all of the bedrooms and the bathrooms and start taking out the old radiators. I think we can replace these guys with air conditioning units And I think it's going to just improve the quality of the rooms a little bit, because radiators, from what I've seen, they aren't great for decoration. So if we can pull all of these out and just see all of these guys inactive, which they now are, we will have people complaining about the temperature in here. But what we can do is look at the temperature overview and then just go in here with some air conditioning. So an air conditioning unit right here should be fine. Right here should be fine. And then I want to say right here should be fine. I'm not 100% sure if that's going to be enough, but we're going to find out. We can go upstairs and immediately put them. I'm not going to put them above the, I'm not putting them above the wardrobes this time. That does feel a little bit like cheating. I also need to upgrade you, but once they go in, is that enough to keep those rooms warm? It seems like it is. I'm not 100% sure about the bathrooms, so I'm going to just put some air conditioning units in those as well to make sure that they stay nice and warm. In here, for example, this one is getting kind of cold, so we'll do air conditioning above the throne so that, you know, you can enjoy a nice breeze when you're, we'll do air conditioning down there as well. This is the critics room, which needs to be kept nice and warm. I'm not sure that air conditioning unit's doing much, so we'll do another one in here. Again, to make sure that the room is nice and warm, which it now looks like it's going to be. This might get moved. This might have to go down there just to sort of, it looks, I don't know if it's quite warm in the middle, but it should be all right. This radiator can go away as well, since we don't want those. And then another air conditioning unit can go into that bathroom as well. Oh, the critics in the bath freezing. Oh no, that was like the worst time we could have made that upgrade. Oh, this is unexpected. The critics are way out with some skis. I'm pretty sure we only need one more rental as well, and we complete that objective, which we absolutely did. Oh my God, a hot chocolate machine. Oh, don't mind if I need one of those. I need one of those in real life in my office right now. That sounds amazing. It's really only backpackers that care about this, but you know what? Just absolutely we can have a hot chocolate machine right there. It's such a cool thing. We don't have a construction crew. We are still 3 stars, unfortunately. What's holding us back? I want to see the restaurants holding us back a little bit. The food menu could be better. That's okay. We're still in a good place because we can now get premium bathing. We can also do premium seating so that that's all a little bit better. And I'm going to say one more round at the bar, because once we go and make the rest of these upgrades, such as changing you out for a better shower, sporty review score of 80%. We just got some really cool wallpaper. That's not bad. This room should now be good for brats, right? Oh, it still needs 4 stars. I didn't think about that. I didn't think about that. I totally forgot about the fact that, yeah, we still need the 4 stars. You know what? That's okay. We will absolutely manage is what we will do. It's not the end of the world. We can still go around and upgrade all the rooms, because at the very least it will mean that once we get the 4 stars, because we're going to, we can absolutely get some brats in here. So let's make sure all of these are upgraded. You need to be spun around that way. You need to be upgraded to a better towel holder, which we now have. So that's 4 out of our 6 rooms that can house brats. This is totally fine in the towel holder. That's a foul place for a towel holder. I mean, it's, you know, just a really, you know, get that away from the toilet. Get that away from this. Let's not stand next to the toilet, you filthy animals. Just went militant Northern Irish there for a second. That's, right. Okay. So we need 4 stars. Let's have a look at the reviews and see how we're doing. So the cleanliness kind of sucks. That's surprising. That's actually really surprising. Okay. The critic didn't mind it too much. Staff experience is definitely a problem. Bedrooms should be a little bit better now. Body wash should be a little bit better. Seating should be a little bit better. Entertainment should be okay. It is, I think it is the restaurant and the bar that are holding us back. So let me upgrade the seating in here. Let me upgrade this table. Let me, okay. Well, what we can do at the very least, since we're trying to bring brats in here, is we should probably have something on the menu that the brats are going to appreciate. So champagne, for example, or whatever this is, that can definitely go in the menu. And that didn't really need any upgrades, which is fantastic. I probably should have done something to expand the restaurant menu just a little bit, because at the moment, how do I link this back to a kitchen? I need to link you to there. There we go. So at the moment, we're doing salads, which is fine. Sunbathers like it, sporties like it. Is there anything that sporties would prefer? Not particularly. Schnitzel? No, not really. Makes more money, but apparently not. Upper crust really like that. Lobster is, again, brats and upper crust. Pea soup is mostly backpackers. So I think salad is the best thing we can do. Unfortunately, that means we do need to upgrade the restaurant, which, I mean, that's fine. That's fine. We'll get there with it. All right, so I suppose we should try and get more rooms in here, at least before we wrap things up for today, because my thinking is I could do something like this, and I can do a wall right here, and I can do some very small rooms in here, admittedly, because we do want bathrooms in these spaces. We're definitely not going to be doing anything too luxurious with these rooms, but I think that's okay. And I think we can make that work. So we're going to take this wall out of here. We're going to move this little trash can down to the end of the hallway, which we can't do right now. So we're just going to delete it is what we're going to do. We can go in here and get some doors. We'll do what we usually do. We'll have these sort of mirror each other. We can do something like this. Again, these rooms, these really aren't going to be for brats. These are very much going to be kind of the backpacker and the sporty type rooms. And that's okay. I'm totally okay with that. Not 100% sure what the layout's going to be on these, because I'm now realizing that the windows we have down here don't really carry all the way up the building, which is a little bit unfortunate. This one does. These two do as well. Is that window the wrong way around? It absolutely is. Let me get rid of you and let me try that again so that the window is the correct way around. Does it matter with these ones? It does not. Okay, that's fine. That's all right. We can get some windows on that side. On this guy, I guess we can do this. And I suppose we can do something like this. That's the wrong way around. Okay, we can do something like that the right way around is what we can do, just to get something that's a little bit different, but it kind of works in the space. I'm sort of okay with that. That's kind of cool. All right. So those are going to be bedrooms, then bathrooms, hallway. Let's call in a full-size construction team because I want this done nice and quickly. We'll do some material sites in the gym because that's going to make my life nice and easy. And this really shouldn't take too long to come together, which is obviously what we're looking for. If we go to zones, we have bedroom, bedroom, we have bathroom, bathroom, and again, hallway. And you know, I've got to say, I kind of like how these rooms look. I decided to go for something a little bit different. These rooms are, I mean, admittedly very brown and sort of orange. This one's still very brown, but I kind of like the wallpaper that I've gone for here. I think it's pretty cool. I also went for a bed that's going to end up being green once it gets installed. I think that's going to look pretty great as well. And I think we're at the point where all the furniture is actually going in here, which again, very cool. Very excited about it. I think the green was actually a pretty good choice. We could have gone for like a brown or tan to match everything, but I like how that looks. Now these little rooms here are good for sporties. We're really not gonna have sunbathers unless we get some tanning booths in here, which we're not gonna be doing. But at the very least, that is 2 new rooms that are, I mean, what can I say? They're going to be, it's 2 new rooms. It's 2 more guests that can come in here and give me their money, which is what I'm looking for. That's what I'm interested in. That's what I want from them. So that's the goal. Okay, that was an unexpected reward. That's gonna look great on some poor staff person that I make at some point. That's it's definitely a choice of outfit is what that is, but that's totally fine. Our critic is right here and is, what are you looking for? I think they might be looking for a spa. Oh, that could be, I mean, the bar just got 4 stars, which is great. They are hopefully going to give 4 stars to the restaurant. I have my doubts, but we will certainly see as long as they get their food on time, which they did. Restaurant's still only 2 stars. Okay, well, we don't have any upgrade points right now, but once they leave, we will. And those points are going to have to go straight into making the restaurant menu a little bit or a whole lot better. So I guess now we get to take a look and see how the place is doing in terms of the review. It's still only 3 stars. That restaurant is really not doing me any favors. The seating situation, it's available. The tier kind of sucks. That's all right. Sleep quality was fine. We got to make that restaurant better. So let's see what we can do. Let's put more stuff on the menu. I think that's fair enough. I don't know that we need to upgrade the stuff in the restaurant. I think it's all going to be menu, and I think we will put a dishwasher in there as well, just because we can. So if we take a look over here, can I swap you out for, no, I cannot swap you out for a dishwasher, but I can just put a dishwasher in here, and that should be fine in place of a sink. So let me go ahead and call in a small construction team to make this happen. And then what we'll do is move this over by 1. We're going to move this down to here. And that should be all right once it goes in, which is hopefully now. And then I guess for the dinner menu, we have some options. So let's appeal to, we want to appeal to Bratz, which was the lobster bisque. Does a really good job of that. And then for Sporties, the Swedish meatballs don't do much. The schnitzel isn't really doing much for anybody either. We have other options down here that we don't have access to right now. Oysters are great for Bratz as well. I'm just going to put the schnitzel on there because we have all the ingredients available, I'm pretty sure. No, we don't. What are we missing? We need a few things. We need a meat box and we need a seafood. What is that? A seafood tank? Okay. Well, the tank can go there, I guess. And then the meat box can go in that corner. And that should be all right. And I guess that's going to be everything we need for the expanded menu. It's just whether or not our chef is any good. You're level 4. Level 4 is not bad. I'm also kind of thinking we should put a wall across here and a door because it seems a little bit weird that that's just as open as it is, and possibly a yellow door. I think the yellow door is going to be a nice touch on that. I think that's definitely the way to go. It definitely looks the part. And then we can just do this on the inside as well. That way people can't see into the kitchen, which I would kind of prefer. Anyway, I think we've made some pretty good progress with this hotel. If the game so far is anything to go by, that means that the next episode is when we're going to be finishing this hotel, which means, given that this is an early access game and there's no hotel after that, the next episode is going to be the last episode of Hotel Architect for a little while. But I think what we'll do, and we can talk about this a little bit more in the next episode, but what we'll probably do is come back to this game over the weeks and months whenever there's anything new. Probably more so whenever there's a new hotel, not so much if there's any new features, because there's probably not really much to show off if it's just like, oh, there's a new item. But that's a conversation for the next episode. For now, I just want to say thank you very much for watching, everybody. This has been an absolute pleasure as always. And as always, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.